Hello, magical gangsters. Welcome to another edition of Gangstar Magician Tarot. I'll be your host, the Gangstar Magician himself, and I am here to deliver you a message because that is what I love to do, because I love what I do and I do what I love, and that is why I'm here. Being with you is why I'm here, because that's what I love. You are the best. Trust me when I tell you. Wouldn't you concur with that observation, Archangel Michael? He says, absolutely. He says, I always knew that. He says, you got the best magical gangsters ever. He says, you got the best subscribers of all time. He says, you really lucked out this time, he told me. And then me and him high-fived, okay? Because we know, all right? We're very much aware of what's going on, okay? Believe me. That's why we have this black obsidian here, and we're pointing it at you, okay? But don't worry, because we also have this clear quartz wand that we're going to grant your Two of Cups wish for, okay? Remember, that's what you asked for. That's what you wished for. You said, please, I want that Two of Cups, please. And now we open your heart, open our hearts to you, okay? Our chakra is open to all and any unconditional love. Okay. Let's get a read. Let's get this party started. I feel like you're at a point where I don't think anybody could beat you now. I think people are really starting to accept it. I feel like there's going to be a lot of apologies coming soon to you. Okay, a lot of people are going to want to apologize. They're going to want to, say they're sorry. They're going to want to talk. They want to talk about it, they said. We say, no, we don't want to talk to anybody, okay? We don't here to talk. You want to show us, prove it, okay? We're not here to talk about stuff. Nobody's here to talk, okay? Because here's your options. Either you can spend the rest of your life working this off, trying to make this up to us, or go back to hell and never be seen or heard from again. I know both options are not, ideal, but I didn't put you in this situation. You put yourself in this situation. Okay, trust me when I tell you, this is what these people did. They put themselves in this situation. This is what you have to tell them. So, let's get a little selenation here, okay? Why don't we? All right, so of course, you are this one. You are this Queen of Pentacles. You are the ideal spouse. You're the one everyone comes to see, okay? You're the one everyone wants to be, okay? You don't need nobody. You're a Nine of Pentacles. You got this down. You got this down to a science. Believe me when I tell you. And that's what this King of Pentacles really, really respects about you, okay? Because they see Seven of Cups. That you were never an option, okay? That there's all this confusion about options and you being this and that. They try to say you were like you couldn't take care of yourself, that you were you want to use your person, you want to do this, you want to do that. But at the end of the day, everybody's saying that none of that was true. This is all just to keep your counterpart stuck. This is all this was to get rid of you. They knew you, this Queen of Pentacles, would make this King of Pentacles to be the best they can be, okay? The two of you together would make each other the best you can be, okay? Because their strengths were your weaknesses. Your strengths were their weaknesses, okay? So you both coming together, made you, totally strong, okay? Because you would cover for each other. These people knew that, and that's why they went to great lengths to keep this separate. But now whoever did this, they're paying such a price for this that people are starting to see really like, wow, this person really is protected, okay? Because these people tried to win at all costs. Five of Swords, like I said, they even brought in their own fake person. They did everything. They said all types of lies. They listen, anything these people could do, they did. So winning at all costs really cost them, okay? Because now they lost. Believe me when I tell you. All right, and now Seven of Pentacles. Nobody's seen you, Queen of Pentacles, being so hardworking. Nobody saw, that you had this long-term view, okay? Nobody's seen you were going to be this perseverant. But you did, and you wanted people to not see this, okay? Because you don't want to put too much, you don't want to put too much pressure on yourself, okay? Let other people put pressure on. Putting unnecessary pressure on yourself is unnecessary, okay? So that is why you just kept slowly working, and you showed yourself when it was necessary to show yourself. And that's exactly what you're doing, okay? And that's why the Hierophant's here. That's why you have this institutional support. People, they see, okay? You are really bringing a lot to the table. And all these betrayals that you had to deal with, all this Five of Swords, Seven of Swords, winning at all cost, these options, these confusion, okay, you still remained a Queen of Pentacles throughout this. You not only became that, but a hardworking Queen of Pentacles with a long-term view who now has support from the Hierophant because of that, okay? Because you could have easily just giving up. You could have easily said, oh, this is it, I'm done, no more, I can't do this, I'm gonna go be weak. It's easy to be weak, okay? It's very difficult to be strong, all right? And that's what people don't understand sometimes, but people will, they're gonna understand, okay? Because you're making them understand, you're showing these people very clearly. You said, look, this is who we are, because they tried to say that you were, this is what you were. They tried to say you were a vagabond, or short. They said you were a vagabond, I think. A vagabond. And, what kind of vagabond do you bring around here, they said. You're bad for appearances. Make the family look bad, they said. That's what they said. I think they just made themselves look bad. Don't you concur with that, doctor? Okay, so let's get an overall energy here, please, and thank you, God. An overall energy for the Divine Feminine Collective. Can we please have an overall energy here? Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, and what is the overall energy here of the Divine Feminine Collective? Is you, the Gangstar Magician, okay? Because it's you are the magical gangstar. So this is surrounding you. We know this is going to be reading is going to be surrounding you. We also know that judgment is here, okay? Judgment is here for whoever came up against this gangstar magician or this magical gangstar, okay? Because there was no reason for this. They got in the way of your manifestation is what they did, okay? And now they're going to have to pay for that, okay? Because they broke a lot of spiritual crimes. They committed a lot of spiritual crimes that they're on trial for right now. And I don't believe they're gonna win this one. They said they think they're gonna lose. Trust me when I tell you, okay? Because this Seven of Cups again. I hate this card. Seven of Cups. There's options. These confusions. People see clearly that this magician is no gangstar magician is not an option. Okay, believe me when I tell you, because there's only one gangstar magician. There's only one magical gangstar. Okay, and now whoever got this person involved, try to say that you were not who you said you are. These people are in disarray. Anybody who came up against you and interfered with your divine union are in disarray. You know why they're in disarray? Because not only are you a gangstar magician, but you're also a Queen of Cups. Okay? And you're a very loving gangstar magician. You're a very loving magical gangstar. So, things are, going your way and you're being seen clearly for who you are. But whatever. You know what I mean? They did you a favor here, really. They put you on display. It's almost like an initiation. I feel like you're being initiated on something. Somehow somebody's going to pop out of nowhere and say, oh, yeah, this was a big joke. It was, we just wanted to see if you could really do it. I think this is actually what's going to happen. And then you're going to be like, it's going to be like when you get punked or something. You're just like, I don't really, this doesn't work for me here, brother. I don't like this. But then at the end of the day, you did become the best version of yourself. So what did you really lose, okay? And also, now you'll be recovering from financial loss, Five of Pentacles in reverse. So anything that you lost during this whole initiation process, perhaps that, you were involved with, now is, going to come back now. You never made a big deal about it. You never were crying. You never stayed in this Eight of Swords. But whoever came up against you is in the Eight of Swords now. They're stuck. They need to know, what was this option stuff? What was this? Why did you push this away from this magical gangstar? What was your explanation here? Because there's a lot of karmic energy that was around between you and your counterpart that were, really, their job was to keep you guys separate. That's really their demons. That's what they're supposed to do. They know about this stuff already. They already knew you were a divine. They knew you were kingdom spouses. They knew you were high ranking. They already knew all this. They even went and got a fake person. Now that person's self-destructed. So it's almost like anything that could happen is happening wrong for these people. And they're stuck. They're in a self-imposed prison. Here's what it is. They did it to themselves. Like I stated, you didn't do this to these people. They did it, okay? Now, you, of course, are a Queen of Cups, but who you're dealing with now is this Queen of Cups in reverse, a crybaby, okay? This is who they brought in to replace you, okay? Like I told you, a fake person. This is a wannabe. Destiny swapper. Somebody who thought they're willing to do anything for money, but now they're coming off like a little baby, crying. They're over-emotional. They're saying that this gangster magician's bad. He's no good, He's a menace. He's a danger to society, Mrs. Magical Gangstar. Okay, of course, they're always going to say the Magical Gangstar is the danger to society, okay? They like to point their fingers at us and say, we're the bad guy, okay? They need people like us to point their fucking fingers at and say, That's the bad guy. The 8th house crew, they're the bad guys. That's what they need us for. Hey, we're more than happy to oblige, brother, okay? We have death riding strong with us, okay? That is part of the 8th house. We got transformations, we got sex, we got it all over here, bro. Okay, it's a cool-ass house. Believe me, we're the cool house around here. Okay, we're the cool house on the block. Okay, because five of cups. Now, these people are all in regret now. Because they know that all the magical gangsters are the cool ones. We're the cool kids now. Okay, and they're all nerds looking over at us trying to, wanting to hang with us, these Queen of Cups. We're like, nah, beat it. You thought you were better than us now. Now get out, nerd. We call them nerds and stuff. We throw things at them. We say, nerd, the demon nerds they are. So we give them a little taste of their own medicine. Now they're in regret. These nerds, these demon nerds they are. They couldn't even do nothing, these fucking nerds. Not even dorks. They're dorks. They're geeks. They're all fucking losers. They can't do nothing, okay? Because they're depressed and, not the sun. They're not the one who brings the fun, okay? That's for sure, because they're in the Queen of Cups reverse energy. Okay, you are over here recovering from financial loss as a gangstar magician, as a magical gangstar, and whatever options, perhaps this Queen of Cups in reverse was an option, okay, and that was picked over you, now is in the Sun in reverse energy, which is very, very feeling down. They're a little negative here, okay, coming off very careless and arrogant, okay, because they know they're under judgment, okay. I mean, what they did was ridiculous. They took money to pretend to be you. They studied you and did all. They never thought, I don't know why they never thought this was going to come out. I mean, because you know why they never thought that? Because if you had that, they really believed that you were done. Like, it was like I said, it was like they threw you off a cliff and just never checked what happened at the bottom, if you like fell all the way or something. Maybe you were hanging on the thing. Maybe that's what you were, like still hanging on the cliff. You know what I mean? And then they left. They didn't check if you went down. Or they pushed you in the pool while you're, knowing you couldn't swim, okay, you fell down, you hit your head on the bottom, you got a little dizzy, and somehow or another you come to, you realize you're underwater, and you have very little time to figure out what's going on, okay? But you figure out to swim in record time, and then became a professional swimmer after that. How about that? You couldn't swim, went from not being able to swim to being a professional swimmer, all because your counterpart pushed you in the pool. Ain't that something? Isn't that something? Now they're all under judgment for that. Okay, so that's very unfortunate for them. Okay, but we thank them. Thank you. Couldn't have done it without you, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I guess somebody else could have pushed us in the pool, but the rest of the stuff we did ourselves, right or wrong. So yeah, so what are we going to see here? What's going on with this? What is going on? Okay, well, what is going to go on here is because you are building your foundation on this 10 of Cups, okay? Because that is what you do. Because the 10 of Cups creates abundance, okay? That is why you're recovering from financial loss. You're manifesting here as a gangstar magician, as a magical gangstar, okay? You're also, not to mention, one of the Queen of Wands here. The energy your counterpart finds the most sexy about you. So you're one sexy-ass gangstar magician, one sexy-ass magical gangstar who's recovering from financial loss, Five of Pentacles in reverse, and now is building their foundation on the 10 of Cups. While the person who thought they were going to replace them, this Queen of Cups in reverse, is crying like a little bitch, okay, very depressed Sun in reverse, okay, and now is being seen as an option that's not an option anymore. They're no longer an option, okay, so that is like they're done, they're finished, like they hooked them off the menu. This person, nope, we got it off the menu, this person, they're no longer there, we can't have them. Nobody was ordering it, nobody liked it, they said. It was very, very bland, very, very fake. They didn't like it. It tasted like fake. Very mushy. So, yeah, we had to get rid of it. So what else can we see here? Well, so we have this, it looks promising so far. So what's going to come of it for this Queen of Cups in reverse? I mean, we see they're, not on the menu anymore, and they're very depressed about that. And you are currently building your foundation on this 10 of Cups. So what else can we see here? Okay, so now you will be controlling the Tower of Terror for this Queen of Cups. Because remember, you are the ride operator of the Tower of Terror, okay? You make them go up, and you make them go down. You make them go up, you make them go down. The one who's going to be going up and going down is going to be this Queen of Cups in reverse, because they are going to be crying. They're already crying. Not even on the tower yet. They didn't even get on your ride yet, okay? And they're already crying. Imagine what's going to happen. They're going to, I don't even think they'll survive 10 seconds on there. On your Tower of Terror. They never thought they were going to have to ride the Tower of Terror. But it's very much mandatory when they come up against the 8th house crew. You must ride the Tower of Terror if you come up against the 8th house crew. Or deal with death. Either or. You have two options. Deal in the Tower of Terror or deal with death. Okay? And I don't know. It's up to you. Okay? Because remember, you are very action-oriented. You're very, very, very ambitious. You Knight of Swords. Okay? Very driven to succeed. You were willing to defend your beliefs. That is for sure. Okay? You never let people tell you what was really going on. Oh, I just need this like little pop. It's like a certain part of it. Like everything else is coming. It's like, it's probably this bad energy that's been projected on me all these years is all coming off though. I could feel it right now. I could feel the King of Swords in reverse just getting weaker and weaker and weaker right now. They're to the point where they can't even, they're not even able to, their life force is going. Okay, these people, their life force is going. That's what they are. That's why they're like this. Okay, because they tried to, where all the life force is coming back to us, okay? And now you got this High Priestess in reverse, okay? So you got the Matriarch back, okay? So you got the Matriarch and then this Queen of Cups in reverse, okay? So the Matriarch, remember, this is the one who recommended this Queen of Cups in reverse because they knew that they could control this person. Okay, now they're both in a tower because they wanted to keep your counterpart indulgent with the 7 of Cups with options. They wanted to keep him in a swinger mentality. And now everybody's all depressed and stuff because they see you, the Gangstar Magician, building your foundation on the 10 of Cups here and recovering from financial loss. Okay, this is what they see these magical gangsters, man. This is what they see us doing. Okay, and they don't like it. Okay, that's why 2 of Swords, they're trying to avoid it, like trying to pretend like they don't see you. But here's the thing is they do see you, and they're running out of time. That's the thing. There's nothing they can do. They can't look the other way anymore. It's 9 years. The cycle's complete. They have to do something, okay? And that's why they will try to do something. And it will be erratic, and it will be reckless, and they will be seen for this. And it's going to be very unfortunate, but it's going to really, really send you to the next. It's going to catapult you to superstardom. That's for sure, okay? And who's going to be there with you? This King of Pentacles, of course, because they know you're valuable. They know your value. Okay, they know. They're all about business. They're a leader. Okay, this is who you need. Okay, because remember this. The Divine Feminine is the star of the show. The Divine Masculine is the manager of the Divine Feminine. Okay, that is what it is. You're like the peacock. Okay, you're the peacock with all the nice feathers. But then you have, I think that's actually the boy peacock. And then the girl peacock is like just a regular whatever. So it's like, you know what I mean? And the same thing with the ducks, like the mallards. Like they got the green heads, they all look really nice, then the other one's like brown. Like it's like that's the manager. But you need that person. That's what I'm saying. Like you can't do this without them. All right. Like you cannot be as big as you want to be without this King of Pentacles. Okay. So that's what you need to understand. Okay. Yes, you can do it by yourself. You can't be a Queen of Pentacles. Absolutely. You've already shown that. You already showed you're a 9 of Pentacles. But to get to that 10 of Pentacles, that next level, you need a King of Pentacles to handle the money part because you're not over there paying attention to this stuff. This person, that's what they know. They're earth. They're earthly. They're an earthly person. It's probably a Taurus, probably a Capricorn, perhaps even a Virgo. But I think it'd be more a Taurus or a Capricorn, this King of Pentacles would be. Heavy earth, okay? But don't worry because you now are in complete control of this situation. Okay, because now if you have a King of Pentacles here, okay, not only that, you, Gangstar, Magician, Magical Gangstar, have a King of Pentacles, okay, helping you recover from financial loss, okay, while building a foundation on a 10 of Cups at the same time. So like I said, this person will handle the money aspects. They'll make the deals. They'll make that kind of stuff. You're not going to sit there and negotiate. You know, that's not what you're worried about with negotiating deals, trying to charge people money. You're not a hustler. That's not what you do, okay? But, you know, at the end of the day, you still need to get compensated. You know what I mean? It's not like, but it ain't about the money, though. That's the thing. It's like, if you're going to do stuff, there's no reason to let other people get what's meant for you, okay? And that's the whole point of it. But it doesn't matter. It's all going to come to you no matter what. That's why you don't even have to force it. Everything is coming natural to you, all right? It's all coming so natural. Everybody sees it. You're really, really shining bright here, okay? There's really nothing anybody could say or do about it, okay? And especially no Queen of Wands in reverse, okay? So you got a lot of negative feminine energy here. So look at this. You got the High Priestess in reverse. You got this Queen of Cups in reverse and this Queen of Wands in reverse. So this is most likely maybe it's matriarch and their baby witch coven. Okay, that's probably what this is. I think this is probably yeah, it has to be. It has to be older feminine energy, older witch. You know, it was the high priestess reverse that has a group of, you know, crybaby witches around them now. Okay, or this is just what your, you know, what their protege is. Okay, who they brought in to replace you, that they control. I mean, they're both witches. They're both part of a coven. We know that if you watched the reading earlier, you're dealing with a group of baby witches. Okay, so now you have this Queen of Cups, High Priestess in reverse, and Queen of Wands. So you have a, you know, a probably the matriarch as like the head witch, and the rest of them as, you know, wannabes. And now Knight of Wands, their goal was to steal your energy. Okay, they really thought that they were going to get all the twin flame energy here. Okay, because they figured that by taking you out, they would eventually, that would siphon all your energy, and then they would eventually take that from your divine masculine. Okay, because it was going to be a double cross. That they would have been double crossed. Okay, so they would have took your divine masculine out too. All right, because you wouldn't have been there to protect them really energetically. So, but yeah, none of that happened. Okay, and that's why these people are all reversed. They're all on the sun in reverse, and they're all on the Tower of Terror, going up and going down, and going up and going down. It's either that or death. Tower of Terror or death. You tell me. Okay, you let me know. Okay, RSVP. You have until 2026. Tower of Terror or death are your options. Okay, because that's what happens when you come up against the 8th house crew. All right, and that's exactly what these people did. They didn't think we would ever all reunite. We would all unite together and finish them. Okay, but yes, that's what's going to happen here. Okay, look at this. My God. Wow. Look, you got now the Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay, you got the Queen of Wands in reverse. You got the High Priestess in reverse and the Queen of Cups in reverse. All, I mean, that's a lot to have all that. That is wild, okay? So just know this is really a lot of fucking, this negative feminine energy, they are coming undone. They don't even know what's going on. This is like an Empress in reverse, I suppose, then. Because that is what it is. This person's all over the place. They're like a witchy person who's crying, 1 minute crying, okay? 1 minute screaming, and then 1 minute they're screaming at people, like yelling, like throwing things, and then saying they're sorry, but all this is doing is chariot making things move along, because now they're bringing so much heat on this high priestess that they don't know what to do. They're thinking of how to get rid of this person is what really this high priestess reverse is. They're trying to find a way to get rid of this person, but now this person's stuck. They're not going to let that happen because there's too much involvement here. They can't walk away from this. So unless this high priestess reverse off this person, I don't know. I mean, that's the only thing I think they have left they can do right now. I mean, what else can they really do if they want to get away with this? Otherwise, this person's going to give them up. Okay, because remember, you're a Knight of Swords. You're too action-oriented. You're too ambitious. Too driven to succeed. That's why you're here. That's why you have a King of Pentacles. Okay, that's why 6 of Pentacles. You are receiving a generous offer from this King of Pentacles because they're helping you recover from financial loss. Okay, they know what you're all about. They know you're a gangstar magician, a very talented, magical gangstar over here. Okay, and this is all to the chagrin of this Queen of Cups in reverse, Queen of Wands in reverse, Queen of Swords in reverse, High Priestess in reverse. This is a whole group of fucking baby witches screaming, crying. This is a continuation of the last read, 100%. So what's going to happen with these baby witches, okay? What are they going to do? All they're doing is sitting there trying to attack you. It's like, that's what they're doing. Like, anytime you can, like, it's feeling, it's just, oh, but you're clearing your energy, so it doesn't matter. It all goes back to them. So they're only creating the end for themselves. Doesn't make a difference. Okay, and here you go. The end for you is these people are unable to stop you, okay, because you are, remember, a magical gangstar magician, okay, who's building their foundation on this 10 of Cups with this King of Pentacles, okay, because that is why you have this 2 of Cups here, okay, because that means you're getting your wish come true, like I said. All right, and the Knight of Swords, because you remain action-oriented and ambitious, and you deserve to be rewarded when you're action-oriented and ambitious, okay? And that is what's going to happen. You're going to show that hard work pays off. Dreams do come true, okay? And that is what's happening here for you, okay? Because remember, you are the one who's got this Page of Wands energy. You have the limitless potential. There's no stopping you now, okay? You are in complete control, all to the chagrin of these baby witches, okay? So there's a lot of them here. That's a lot of negative feminine energy. But at least you have this King of Pentacles and this 2 of Cups and this 10 of Cups. So that to me is a score. That's a win. All right. But this other energy, they got to face the tower of terror or death here. Okay. Whatever. They did it. I mean, this is all divinely guided. Like, this isn't like, you know, this is all supposed to happen this way. So that's what you also got to remember. Like, you can't really get mad at anybody because it's like, it's just like I got it. Like, it's so close, but it's like, I want to get it. Like, this is divinely orchestrated, okay? All this is divine timing. It just had to get you to the point of that you can't, you have no control of anything. All it is you go with the flow, okay? And have faith, and everything will work out for you, all right? That's what's going to happen. It's the way you got to be, okay? But now, all this feminine energy, this weak feminine energy that's so, what is it, intimidated by you, are now heartbroken, okay, with this Three of Swords. It says, yeah, this is emotional pain, okay? They're really going through it. They're really having a lot of grief here, okay? They're not having a good time because they know, Page of Swords, you having this new ways to communicate and your thirst for knowledge really is what blew the lid off of this. Because they tried to say that you were this, you were that, blah, 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 and they were just hoping that you just didn't get back up, okay? But you got back up and you said, I'm a professional swimmer now, okay? Now that's exactly what you are, because you are the one who brings the fun, because you are the sun. Everybody sees this, okay? Because the sun reminds us that every day is a new opportunity to shine. Everything is illuminated, okay? How can you bring more joy and positivity into your life? You should ask yourself, it says, the card says, okay? And say, all right, we'll look into it, tell the card, okay? But now you looking into it, becoming the most positive, best version of yourself, it's causing all this negative feminine energy to get in this Nine of Swords. They're very anxious and depressed because they know the end is here for them, okay? Because that energy is going to be obsolete, okay? The only reason they stayed in any type of power was because of how they would come off as like this weak energy, and you have the masculine be their hero, so they would just trick masculine energy. It was just a little money grab. This is all this ever was. And it's like, there's nothing these people could do because Nine of Swords is heading right towards the end for them, okay? Like I said, your energy is what it's all about. Once people experienced your energy, they're never going to ever want this. This is not even attractive. Like, this energy has to go. These people, either they go or else. It's really where this is, okay? Because, again, you have your King of Pentacles here, okay? So there is a clarification of you having this King of Pentacles, all right? That's always very much, you know, what's the word? I don't know. Welcoming when we see that. Encouraging is the word I was looking for. So, see what we got going here. Everything's coming to a close. You're going to get more and more powerful. You'll see. Just keep on seeing. You'll see. All right, can we get a, please, God, can we get a confirmation, clarification here on the divine feminine collective energy so we know what we're working with? Okay, so what we know we're working with is this Three of Cups here, okay? So you definitely have a celebration, okay? It says celebrate the love within every relationship and friendship, and that is what you're going to do with your soul tribe, okay? It says you really have, you're building a lot of, you know, a lot of happiness to the community here. You're very creative, all right? A lot of people see that you solved the puzzle wheel, Fortune. They know that the wheel is turning in your favor, okay? Because why wouldn't it? You earned it, okay? Because for everything, there is a season. And for every time, and a time for every matter under heaven. What goes around, comes around. And that is why the wheel is turning right now for you, okay? That's what happens. This is what it is. You can't stop the planets from, I mean, it's like this is what it does. Look back. This is the only thing, astrology is the only thing that is correctly shows you what happened, why things happen, okay? They just didn't want you to notice. They want you to think it's entertainment purposes only, and they just keep you stuck with some bullshit. It's all bullshit, and we'll keep the regular knowledge. It's like, no, brother, that's not going to happen, okay? Because this Page of Swords, you having this new ways of communicating, okay, this, you know, thirst for knowledge, this intellectual pursuit that you have, okay, made you were bold and curious, you were eager to explore the world around you, and now learn new things, okay? So it says, What new ideas or perspectives am I currently exploring? Okay, so what perspective, what are you looking at it from? Okay, you gotta look at things from all different people's perspectives. You can't stay stuck on your own perspectives. This is what a lot of these demons do. They like to stay stuck. They can only see things. If you don't see it their way, you're wrong. Okay, but you have to look at things for all different perspectives. And remember, 9 of Wands, you are very brave, very resilient, very courageous. Okay, you have been through a lot and come out stronger on the other side. Remember that, okay? So remember, what challenges have you overcome that made you stronger? Okay, because you're coming off very determined, showing a lot of strength, most likely showing a lot of courage in this situation. So you are really looking well here. Things are going good. You have this King of Pentacles here. There's 2 of Cups. There's Foundation on the 10 of Cups. Magician here. You are looking really good, okay? And now, okay, 5 of Swords in reverse. Now somebody wants to reconcile with you, okay? They want to avoid this conflict. They want to let go of this grudge. Now they're going to start being humble. Like I said, a lot of people are going to want to start apologizing, whatever. If you see they kill their ego, because remember, you are the ego killer, okay? When they come up against you, egos get destroyed. You destroy egos like it's your job. And that is why if you see these people being humble and that they kill their ego, absolutely you'll give them an opportunity. But that is only if, okay? Because remember, you're this fool. You run on universal energy, okay? That is what it is. You are protected by the universe. That is why that number 0 is there, okay? It's infinite, okay? It goes with everything. The full energy never gets old. Never gets old. You could deal with the full energy forever, okay? If you have somebody that's in full energy, you're never going to get sick of them. You're going to be like, oh, I like this fucking fool. Like, there's nothing to be mad at. You can't attack a fool or a hermit. I can see why you wouldn't like a hermit. But the fool, no, they're not bothering you. Stop it. It's like going to attack fucking, whatever, Dopey from fucking, the 7th grade. I'm going to beat him up. Yeah, it's like, why would you do that? Guy's like, you know, he's a dope. He's a dope. You're running around like a dope. And they want to beat him up. That's what the bullies do. Okay, but them days are over. Okay, they're over. Okay, 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Because there's a lack of focus. There's a lot of procrastination. These people show just how mediocre they were, this feminine energy that lied about you, that all in the reverse. Okay, they showed just how mediocre. This is why they wanted. They wanted to keep you down because this is the only way they could stay in power. But now you took the power back because you remain so balanced, Temperance. That is what got you here. You didn't roll around the mud. This is what they want you to do. They want you to argue with them. They want you to say stuff. They want you, because they knew that they were going to say, oh, see, look, they're crazy. But you just looked at them. You said, I know what you did. God knows what you did. And karma will take care of it. Death will take. We don't have to do anything. The 8th house will take care of it. The 8th house crew will take care of it. We have a cleaning crew. Okay, they come, they clean up this mess. Okay, Page of Wands in reverse. And now the cleaning crew coming to get these people, they have a lack of inspiration, a lack of enthusiasm, a lack of ambitious. Must pretty much have all their creativity blocked. Okay, because they have no strength like you. You showed the strength of 10 men, 10 women for what you dealt with. Okay, and that is really what is your claim to fame here, because people see exactly what you went through and just how terrible it was, just how unfair, but you still overcame it. And it's all realistically not just about you. It's about seeing God be real through you. It's just you see how you're favored by God. That's all it comes down to. And now people know that they can't fuck with you, okay? Because you're part of a crew. And when you're part of a crew and you're a made guy, they can't fuck with you. All right, and that's exactly what you are, because you're part of the 8th house crew. Okay, now, anybody who comes up against the 8th house crew, they automatically go to the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. They lose it all, okay, because they're silly to come up against us, okay, because they just think their ego is what comes. See, when they come up against us, the ego is what's going to get destroyed, because we will destroy them every time, okay, because when they come up against you, the end result will always be the same. It always will be, okay? And the end result for you is always going to be the same, because you're always going to want people that want to collaborate with you. Okay, they're always going to want to work together. There's always going to be teamwork, okay? Because you know how to make the dream work, okay? Because teamwork makes the dream work. That's what it actually says on the card. So, yeah, it does. That is you know, an oldie but goodie, right? Teamwork makes the dream work. Oldie but goodie. But, you know, you having this new ways of communicating really showing that you're a very knowledgeable individual, okay? And now you have persona non grata here. King of Wands in reverse, okay? So this character must have been, I think this was like the root of the problem. This person's like the root, okay? Like a lot of this came from this person, okay? So really you're going to, pull this root out, okay? But this person, I think they're done, okay? Because they're really done. I think they're finished. I don't think they're going to last much longer. They're walking the plank. Okay, you're going to make them walk the plank because you stay with this lover's energy. All right, you're just going to stand there and say, where you going, brother? You got to go walk the plank. All right, and if you don't want to walk the plank, then come do something about it. Tell us why you shouldn't walk the plank. Give us a reason. Perhaps maybe we'll let you off the plank. If not, whatever. You know what's going to happen. All right, because they're in complete control of the situation, okay? These people, they are not in control. They wanted you to be out of control, okay? You stood firm in your convictions, and you defended what you believed in, okay? You did. You did not let these people tell you that what you believed was not true. That's what they did. They tried to gaslight you. They tried to say you're crazy, you're this, it's all in your head, that blah, blah, blah. It's all bullshit, okay? Because you know exactly what it is, because you are a high priestess, okay? You have intuition. They wanted to make it like intuition is not real, but the Hierophant says otherwise because that's why you're being institutionally supported, because this was, like I said, an initiation of sorts, okay? Because people are seeing what they are. People are going to come to you and they're going to tell you this and that. And there's going to be a lot of stories, and you're just going to say, listen, please, I just need time. Just leave me alone, all right? Let me think, all right? Because that's what you're really going to do, and that's how you're going to stay in control. Let them chase you. They're all going to start chasing you. Not even just the DM, just everybody. Watch. But God ain't going to let them around you, okay? Because now, Hermit in reverse, okay? Because these people are going to be, very isolated and lonely, this King of Wands in reverse. Especially with all these negative, witchy bitches over here, okay? Considering you're this Queen of Swords now, okay? That you have the boundaries, okay? You have the wisdom. You're very sharp. You said you're sharp and discerning. You're able to cut through illusions and get to the heart of the matter. Yes, you are. You really are that. You can do that really good. Trust me when I tell you. That's why you're in complete control. You're the best. I really love you. Okay? I love you. I wish I could be like you. So just here's the deal. Let's get to the end of it. Let's see what we're doing because I really got to go here. So what is going to come of this now? Okay, we have this King of Wands reverse. We have all this, finally want all types of negative feminine energy here, from the High Priestess reverse to everything with the Empress reverse. Okay? They all have no focus. They all, very isolated, losing everything. All these options are in the Tower. They're going to be in the Tower of Terror. Then you got this King of Pentacles that wants to, reconcile with you. Okay, Five of Swords reverse. They want to see you with this Ten of Cups, this foundation. They see you recovering from financial loss, and they want to have this Two of Cups with you. All right, so that's really what this is coming down to. All right, so let's just get one more. What's gonna come of this for these characters? Okay, so we're going to have this. An Emperor in reverse here is going to come of this, okay? So there's going to be a lot of negatives. This is all types of people going down tubes here. Okay, the control is over. Whatever this is, this Emperor in reverse, this could be a combination of this King of Wands in reverse. Now you're throwing in that King of Swords in reverse. Okay, there was all types of the negativity here. You had greed. You had a greed monster here. You had, maliciousness. You had ruthless people. You just had everything. Shifty King of Cups in reverses. So all types of negative energies here, okay? All types, okay? But it still doesn't matter because none of it's going to stop it because you are a Nine of Cups. You're a wish come true, and you will get this Ace of Cups, okay? That is coming your way because you have this Ten of Cups here. So this Ace of Cups is coming from this King of Pentacles, okay? That is the missing piece. Okay, because love is the beginning of all wisdom. Okay, will a new emotional opportunity arise for you? Chances say yes. Okay, so yes, you are. New beginnings, love, emotional clarity, spiritual awakening. And spiritual love is going to be here. You're going to have your sacred sexuality. So here you go. Love you guys. See you tomorrow. Bye.